What's good, peeps? Actually, I can take this off. What's good, peeps? We're back again for another day. You know how it is. We're here for a weekly. We are here for a weekly revision. As this week was actually going to be a L week, and it turned into a positive week. My last trade throughout the whole week was all break even till Thursday, Friday, which was break even, loss, win, and practically the 4 days I actually not predicted, but I had the right wave of price, but price came back to hit me in my break even before going my way. Let me explain, and I hope you guys like this. You do, and let's get to it because I'm not going to stop till I get to the top. Pretty sure I'm going to go off. Just going to let this load real quick. Well, pretty sure. Oh, let me just quickly connect to my YouTube so I can see what's happening, so I do not miss anything. Nigga don't speak my language. Nigga don't speak language. Hold on, yo. Nigga don't speak language. Hold on, yo. Just on mute. After mute. Okay, so I see everything's working well. Actually, already got 2 likes. I appreciate it. Hit that like. Boom, 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 boom. Just a couple likes. Just go to check the live chat real quick before we get into this. All right, cool. Let's go to it. We're gonna start with. Hold on, bro. My internet seems. Oh God, it is. Hold on. I don't know what will happen if I switch my internet on stream. I'm gonna quickly do that. Just because my internet is dying. For some reason, at a time when no one is up, my internet's still trash. Insane. And I swear, guys, I'm taking like all positive. There we go. Surely you guys can probably. Hold on. Stop sharing this. Gotta reshare it since it reconnected. Yo, what's up? Who's the second person in here? Hit that like button. Hit that like button, bro. And let me know your name and if you're in a trading journey, as I'm just quickly about to explain how my week went, which was a positive week. It was actually initially negative until the very end, which was my last trade, which kind of put me clutched. I clutched essentially. So let's start with Monday. Right now it's Tuesday. Monday's right here. Did I take any trades on Monday Euro USD? No, I did not. So let's check Euro GBP USD. And guys, I swear I took like 7+ trades. So I'm gonna go through this pretty quickly. If you guys want me to explain a certain trade, just let me know. Just say Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, etc., and I'll let you guys know what was going through my mind at the time. Also, just want to see, did I take this sell right here? Because if I did, I'm a wild bull. I'm trying to think, why did I take the sell here? So I took the sell here purely because maybe it was the timing that kind of got me here. Hold on. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think the reason why I took a sell on GBP USD on Monday, I don't think I did though. I don't think I did, but it seemed like I did. Was purely because I was literally in connection with the market. What does that mean? It means that low-key, maybe I shouldn't have taken it, but I did. And, I was right because I kind of understood what the market was doing. Yo, hit that like button. I need this to get to 2 likes. 2 likes on this video. And let me know if you hear a lot of background noise, because if you do, I'll quickly just shut my window. I'm not too far back. Okay, let me explain this one. What happened here? So let's just say I did take the trade, because I'm pretty sure I did take a trade on Monday, and it seems like this is the only trade for both on GBP and Euro USD, since I only trade two pairs, which is GBP and Euro USD. So coming to this, the reason I took the sell here, coming here, you clearly see is 5:40 p.m. What I usually do, guys, is I check the chart, I check the time. 5:40 p.m. is not too bad, but we also have to check the volume. And how I check the volume, or how I kind of go off the volume if there's news. It looks like today there was news, as you can see these huge push downs. So I'm gonna quickly double check if it was red news. When I say news, I'm talking about red news specifically. So what I do now is I go from Monday to Saturday. Monday, there was Euro USD bank holiday, and that's why I did not take a trade on Euro USD. As for GBP USD, gave me an option, and there was no red news at all. So this was just purely just volume within the charts. I don't know what the fuck was affecting this. Hold on, it was actually Tuesday at midnight. So let's see if there was any crazy news Tuesday midnight. There was no news Tuesday midnight, so I guess New York just kind of picked it up. Anyway, the reason why I took a sell here was what went through my mind at this time. I was just like, okay, so right now, price is pretty close to the daily open, and it gave me a reason to take a sell. Probably what I could have learned from this was this a really good area to take a sell from? Let's check the previous data. I don't ever usually check the previous data, but since price is pushing down, okay, that's one move. So I'm going with the trend direction just by looking at the previous data. Price is pushing down, so I'm going with it. Cool. That's number one. Two, price also had the 50% retracement, which how I measure the 50% retracement, I go from the top to the bottom. And that kind of, if it's around this blue line, it's another confluence added, because that's where price kind of comes back to continue pushing down the direction. I probably could have taken a sell dead ass here, just because the timing was well, and it was also backed up by the weekly open price and daily open price. Here was probably just a weak ass sell, probably wasn't worth it, especially since there was no red news. But I took a sell here. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I think I was just low-key addicted to trading. But I wanted to make sure it was still aligned with everything. So I took a sell here just because of the 50% retracement, of the 30-minute liquidity, and the timing. The timing was pretty good as well. And since price literally grabbed this previous liquidity, I was like, yeah, good time to take a sell. So I took a sell here, guys. Price obviously pushed down. I'm pretty sure in here, then price pushed back up to grab this previous liquidity it just made to continue pushing down. When price pushed down here, I was like, price pushed down further enough for me to actually bring my stop loss to break even. So once that happened, I actually brought my stop loss to break even. And also from price grabbing this extra liquidity up here, I also added another position. All that kind of got wiped out as soon as price came down here, because it was close enough for me to be able to bring my stop loss to break even. When I did that, price came back up. From this, what I learned from this trade was more so to take a sell at probably a better area, which was here later on in the day at 8:30. The reason why it's better at 8:30 is because daily open, weekly open, which is this dark blue line, and it was pretty good with timing, and it was probably deep in the retracement, but it was just at a better area. Like overall price grabbed all this previous liquidity it made to continue pushing down. So from here, that's probably what I could have learned. What I have still been in if I was to take a sell from here. Let me check real quick. Yes, I would have still been in, and I would have actually made a lot. So that's a lesson to learn, which was more so to take a trade at better areas. This trade wasn't really marked up by any monthly open price, which is really weird why I didn't take a sell with monthly open price in this sort of setup. I also took it because I was just in love with the game, keeping it real. Coming to, I'm quickly just going to check this. Okay, coming to Euro USD, pretty sure I took a trade every day, besides Wednesday maybe. Coming to Euro USD on Tuesday. This is how it was looking. Before I get to this real quick, I just want to do something. Pop-up dashboard. Kind of shows me the truth of the world. Okay, cool. So from here, guys, I actually took a sell here. The reason why I took a sell at this area was because price deviated well enough, and it was also halfway in the range it was making. And was this a good idea to take a sell? Yes, definitely. What actually happened for this trade was simply that price didn't actually take me out when it hit my area, funny enough. So I was literally in the sell from here, came all the way down, came all the way here, literally touched my take profit, but it didn't actually enter me. And I'm assuming because of the slippage or where price action was for it to hit my TP. So price was here, but the area which it would have actually the other, so there's two, I don't know what you would call it, this price action, and the line at price action, which kind of follows where the dollar is. Then there's another price action which shows you where you'll be able to take out or hop in at. And I think that one was probably just always above my TP, even though it went through it and touched it. So this should have been a 1 to 8, nothing to really talk about here. And of course, price dribbled down. Could I have done anything here? No. I really just, this move is not really necessary. I don't really care about this, but this was just the extra move. I definitely should have had a 1 to 2. Coming to Wednesday, did I take the sell? No, I did not. This was actually a forward test here. I'm pretty sure. I'm just making sure. Yeah, it was a forward test. And this forward test happened at 5 p.m., which is actually absolutely beautiful. And this is a trade I probably definitely should have taken. But what would have happened from this? I probably would have hit my break even. So if I did take this trade, it would have been a break even. And I would have still not have collected this win purely because price came up here. And, you know, it came down. This would have enabled me to bring it to break even. And then price came back up to hit it. Coming to Thursday, is there anything special Thursday? No, I did not take any trades Thursday. As for Thursday, never mind. Thursday was right here. Oh, this one was a funny one. I took a buy right here. I'm pretty sure I took a buy late here. I think I did. Didn't I take another buy? Yeah, I did. I took another buy here. And this was at, whoa, this was somewhere right here. I don't know why it's not actually planted in, but I'll just chuck that in there. So my 15.5, something like that, right? And I had like a 1 to 3 in store, and I was like, this looks like a beautiful trade. I took a buy just here, and as I took a buy, this is how price went. Price started pushing off. Remember, I took a buy at 5 p.m., and I'm kind of just experimenting with taking a buy at the true London Open, which is 5 p.m. Brisbane Standard Time. I don't know what the fuck you would call it, but Brisbane time. And I took it by here. As you can see, price pushed all the way up. And then later on down the line, price came all the way down. And when price came all the way down, I brought my stop loss to break even. And when I did, price obviously came back and hit it. And then I was just later during the session, I was with Logan. I was just like, you know what? I'm probably going to take a buy right here, which I did. So as soon as price started pushing up, I took a buy, and I knew that news was close. So I was just trying to understand, like, this is a pretty good area to take a buy from. So I wouldn't expect price to really take me out, since I've kind of, my stop loss kind of covers all this. But probably a lesson to learn from this was probably to have if this is a liquidity area, to probably have my stop loss 4.5 pips below. And I think that's where I personally messed up at. For some reason, hold on. Let me just see if I was just 19.5. Yeah, okay. So the one problem that I did here was that there were two areas where price could have definitely grabbed, which it grabbed both, funny enough, which was this black line, the monthly open price, before news. So just cut this all out. Cut this whole part out. Don't worry about looking at this part. Let's just make this, fill this in with black. What the fuck? And make this opaque. Hold on, let me quickly make this opaque. Background opaque. Yeah, there we go. What the fuck, man? Anyway, the point is, pretend you can't see this. The point is, from doing this trade, let me quickly. I'm trying to cut this out so you guys can see. Okay, so from taking this buy here, my stop loss was actually supposed to cover these two areas, one here and one here. The reason why I only covered this one here was because I didn't want my stop loss being too big. I was being greedy. So the lesson to learn from this trade, which I kind of just realized just from revising today, was I should have definitely covered both of them, and I should have taken that risk of covering both of them, then covering one of them being stopped out. As that is what happened in this trade here. Even though I didn't get stopped out because my trade was at like 19.5 somewhere here, was 19.1, whatever the case is. Price literally pushed so fast down that the second price actually took me out, even though it never actually hit my stop loss. You see, if we go closer here, on my funded account, not my funded account, on my soon to be funded account, my price action hit my stop loss, but it never did. Make that make sense. Just volume affects the price, action, slippage, all that extra shit, and it hit it without hitting it. So the lesson to learn from this is I should have definitely had my stop loss probably 23 pips bigger. And from it being 23 pips bigger, I would have had a 1 to 2.69 if this would have hit, which later on we can see price did dribble up and it later on did hit. Would I have taken it out at this area? Hell no. I would have taken it out probably here. So would I still be at work now? It would have been at work halfway during at 12 o'clock. Would have been at break at lunch. So I would have taken it out somewhere here. This would have been a 1 to 2.43, but I would have a 1 to 2.43, then a negative $130 because I risked $130 for this trade. If I was to make it, I probably would have made $300. So I'm making so many stupid mistakes, which I could have easily done better so that I am more profitable. So this lesson right here is it does not matter how big your stop loss is, make sure it covers everything that it needs to cover so that if price decides to take you out, it's going the opposite way. So now going on Friday. As for Friday, this is how I was looking. It was a little bit messy, but I took 4 trades on Friday. These were just the extra trades which I kind of marked out, get ready for if price got to this area, I will take a buy/sell. And for here, we can clearly see when price came here, this was at what, 6, trash timing, but it was at 650, more so 640, took a sell. The price came back up and then came back down. And from that, I took another sell, just because it's not a bad trade to sell here. It's not a bad trade, but the timing wasn't the best. The best timings that you're trying to look for is 6 p.m., 5 p.m., 7 p.m. is all right, depending on if there's news, which I'll quickly check with you, and 8:30 p.m., 8 to 10 p.m. Since this was at 7 p.m., not even 7 p.m., 6:50 p.m., wasn't too great. If it was at 7 p.m., I would have a little bit more confidence, even though 10 minutes is not that far off. It makes a little bit of difference in my opinion. So let's check if Friday actually has news. Let me quickly check if Friday has news. Hold on. Friday. So this is how we check if Friday has news. We go on Forex Factory. So if you guys are new to this, check on Forex Factory, because this low-key will save your life a little bit. It'll help you understand why news spikes heavily in one way out of nowhere. So we can see here, this is all of Friday, and it's only USD, Euro USD, and GBP. The reason why it's only those 3 is because that's the only things I trade. So that's all I need to really see about the news. Nothing else matters. And from this, we can clearly see there is no news. Since there's no news, meaning price volume should be less. Should be less than with news. So in this case here, was this a good trade to take? No, I didn't really need it, just because we understood that volume wasn't really, not too much volume. Since there's not too much volume, it's going to be less reactive. So off this, it was a high chance of being a takeout. Do I regret taking this trade? No, because price can still align with everything, since we have to understand the core fundamental of why I took the sell. The reason why I took the sell is because this light blue line, I'm just going to explain this for people again. This light blue line here is the daily open. I measure my few confluences that I measure off the daily open is 1, deviation. Deviation is how far does price move from the daily open. Daily open is where price starts off at the start of the day. So since we're all the way up here, price deviated like 0.40%. Since that's the case, not 0.40%, but 0.4%. Since that's the case, this was not too bad of a sell, because it was pretty far, like the deviation was pretty big. Usually what price deviates at least 0.2 plus, And since daily opens closed, which price hit, since price grabbed a lot of 30-minute liquidities, this was a valid area to take a sell. The only problem that we can kind of see is the timing wasn't the best and the news. That wasn't really news. News usually brings more volume. So off that, took the sell, price fell miserably, took double the L's, guys, double the L. And I'm pretty sure I lost probably $100 from this trade. So I lost $100 here, and I lost $100, $130 here. This one was off stupid mistakes. This one was just a cool loss. This loss, I respect it. Coming to this trade here, price was coming to this area. And funny enough, from the start of the day, on Euro USD, I did a couple forward tests, which I'll quickly show you guys on GBP USD and Euro USD. And I predicted price low-key today on Euro USD, not today, but on Friday, Euro USD to probably hit the weekly open price. When price was heading to the weekly open price, I was like, you know what, I'm probably going to take a sell because it's probably giving me that opportunity. And since I'm predicting it so well for this week, it just price hits my break even before pushing my way. I'm probably going to do this. So since that's the case, price hit this weekly open. Since it hit this weekly open, I took a sell. We can clearly see price dribbled down during the day, and I stayed up all the way till 4 a.m. 4 a.m., something like that. And you can kind of see I got a 1 to 3 and a 1 to 3. Pretty sure it's a little bit different due to the fact that I risked the same amount of lot size. The only thing different that I did do was a stop losses due to the fact that it was a sized in position. And the reason why I took the sell was purely because of the deviation, 30-minute liquidity, the weekly open price, and price kind of just having enough. It's making a further move, and if we judge what's been happening for the past couple of weeks, it's kind of in this range, and it's kind of been raging pretty hectically, but within this range, up, down, up, down, up, down. So off that is becoming more predictable, and off this, I took a sell up here. Having that sell up here, I made $400. This right here made me $400. So if you're all listening, this right here made me $400. So from the L I took today, or on Friday, and the L I took on Thursday, that was around about $230 L's, like loss for this week, plus a little bit of commission, so we can say $150. This whole trade here probably gained me around $400. From it being $400, obviously I'm up like $50. I'm up is it $150? $250, something like that. I'm up $200 altogether, minus the fees and the losses. So profitable week this week, clutched it because I would have been down probably 150 plus this week as, my bad. Just get the gist that I'm up $200 minus the fees and the losses. Just from these two trades simply because I risked a really good amount for these two as that's what it kind of gave me. And off seeing this, my strategy is going really well in the sense of I'm making money every week, or if I'm not making money every week, it's break even, which is progress. Both of them are progress. And off that being the case, I'm risking well as I've trying to change my risk management so that I take more trades during the day. But I risk it really well in the sense of what I would risk in one day. I split it into 3 areas, and there's 3 opportunities. And that's really what I used, And obviously coming here when it was 4 a.m., I had to make a really close and deliberate decision. When price started coming back up here, I was like, price usually comes at least to the halfway line, not the halfway line, to the liquidity before ranging or doing some bullshit, at least. So that's why I put my TP here before sleeping. When I woke up, boom, I woke up with some bread. So that's really all that happened today. I'll quickly check GBP, and I'm pretty sure GBP will have a couple forward tests. Yeah, here's a couple forward tests. These aren't really forward tests. These are just areas of opportunity, which if price did come to these areas, this is where I'll take a buy/sell at. But these were the forward tests. This forward test is a very interesting one, which I do need to cover. The reason why I do need to cover this is purely because look at this fucking trade, y'all. A 1 to 5. I'm really annoyed about this trade purely because I predicted this at the start. I saw the whole move go along purely because price was looking so good at the wrong time. So right now, price is looking really good at 3:40 p.m. and I trade at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. I'll probably only be trading 6 p.m. mostly or 5:30. The reason why is because work finishes at 5 p.m. But besides that being the case, look at this 1 to 5. I literally predicted price pushing up here. This was a forward test right here. The reason why I predicted it is because price deviated like what? 20%, came back exactly. Bad timing, but price kind of just looked really beautiful. So I took it back here, price came down. I was like, okay, this was a bad forward test. And then price started pushing up. So I was just like, you know what? Probably should have done this because it kind of just did the move what was supposed to happen later on during the day. So lesson to learn from this is probably to trust your gut. This was kind of like a trust your gut feeling. And the weird part about this is it was in a really weird position. So it was at the top of the range. Usually at the top of the range, it goes to the bottom of the range. But in this case, price grab the daily open, grab the liquidity at the daily open and push up. So what can I learn from this? Trust your gut. Simple as that. But I'm pretty sure I only took one trade on GBP, which is kind of crazy and nice. And what I've realized is alternating from GBP USD and Euro USD has kind of blessed me because I'm not taking stupid trades. I'm taking the best of the trades that are presented for that day. And I'm going to leave it at that because I'm pretty sure I've been yapping for like 20 minutes and I think people are trying to sleep. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to quickly stop this here. If you guys got anything from this, hit that like and subscribe because you know I'm not going to stop till I get to the top. I ain't going to stop. I've been saying this for damn near years, it feels like, but I'm pretty sure it's probably reaching a year I've been saying this. Hope you guys are doing well. Hit that like and subscribe, and you guys are getting free game low key because this is just my come up. So once I do get there and you guys see my courses, the courses are going to come out years ahead. The reason why is because I would prefer to be legit and understand my strategy fully enough to teach y'all so that you guys are successful because I want to be intentional, not fake. So I have to obviously become one with the strategy and be really professional before I can teach y'all it. Unless you're close friends, I'll probably just tell you guys. But it also, I'll tell you a few questions before I hop into this dive on trading purely because I don't want to waste my time. It's like if someone asks me, I don't go on a ring it right now, but fuck it. If someone asks me, Isaac, I want to learn how to trade, what I would tell you is, if you want to learn how to trade, what you're telling me is you want to be in this industry for 5+ years, and you're not going to stop until you achieve profitability. If you don't say yes to that, then I can't teach you. The reason why is because I don't want to waste my time, because this can take 5 years. If I teach you something and you lost 3 months, then I just wasted my time because you didn't last and you didn't actually succeed because you didn't want to. Let me just put on a new style real quick so you all can see my new style. Something like this. Hold on. It's like this. You go back like that. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. God damn. Moth. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to do something. It turned out so badly, but the hair's supposed to be behind like that. Out like that. Yeah, this turned out fucked up. I ain't gonna lie to you. My face looks like a picture. I ain't gonna lie. So, hold on. So, that's it, y'all. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like and subscribe because I'm not going to stop till I get to the top. Low key, I need a cut on my beard and on my hair. But shit, we ain't going to stop, y'all, till we get to the top. Peace. Hope you all enjoyed the video.